Hey everyone, Alex here from Alex Scally Movies. Today I want to first of all, I want to thank everybody for watching my previous video. It's been the most successful video on the channel so far, so I'm very grateful and very happy for how it turned out. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'm going to be posting a link somewhere here on the screen or down below in the description. And if you like Walmart physical media hauls as much as I do, maybe you can find some recommendations there. But anyhow, for today's video is gonna be interesting because it's gonna be interesting to tie it all together because I want to talk about streaming services and Masters of the Universe. So I'm not too sure if I ever said my position about streaming platforms on the channel. I think I did, but if I haven't, I'm okay with the streaming services. I use them regularly and I think everybody should. They are pretty convenient when it comes to watching something on the fly, checking out something before you buy it on physical media, and all that sorts of stuff. They come with their issues, but I like the best of both worlds, let's just say. But what happens when you pay for a premium streaming service and you get kicked out of it? Okay guys, I'm sure you already guessed it. Yes, I got kicked out, well not kicked out, I would say locked out of my Disney Plus account. And that is because apparently I updated my household way too many times and they don't like it. So yes, the crackdown on, profile sharing and passwords and all that stuff is real. Even though I wasn't sharing with anybody, I was just going from, my house to my parents' house, but even that one is a big no for them. So what happened was one evening I was trying to watch something from my Disney Plus watch list, and as soon as I logged in on my TV, I couldn't use it. The first evening I didn't really pay too much attention to it, and that's how I resorted to Tubi, which will come back to Tubi soon. But before we do that, I want to rant a little bit because the second time, a few days afterwards, I was like, okay, maybe it just reset itself. And I tried to use the account again, but it was still an issue. So, first world problems, for sure, but annoying nonetheless. I had to spend a good, half an hour to 45 minutes on my phone, talking with some agent on a chatbot, and it was a really terrible experience. I mean, I got the issue resolved nonetheless. But if you're paying so much money for a streaming service, I don't think you need to spend 45 minutes to get it resolved. And so the chatbot was pretty crappy. The first time I was almost at the end of the, process and they kicked me out. So I had to restart everything. And the second time, eventually the operator was able to get me unblocked. But like I said, this shouldn't be normal. And unfortunately, it seems like it is because I went online and on Reddit there were a lot of people complaining about the same exact issue. So it's not just me, it's a bunch of people, and I really hope that Disney Plus gets it sorted out because it really left a bad taste in my mouth. And who knows? Will I renew my membership, my subscription? I don't know. We'll see. But right now, I'm a little bit on the fence. But anyhow, like I said earlier, Tubi was there to save the day. Tubi is always there to save the day for physical media collectors. I mean, personally, and I know this is not just me, but a lot of people, before dropping some serious money on, movie releases, Tubi is usually the spot where I go to, check out some titles before actually pulling the trigger on them. And I'm very grateful for services like Tubi. So the first day that I was kicked out of my Disney Plus account, I ended up using Tubi to watch Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe is a franchise that I never grew up with, but lately it's been gaining a lot of popularity. So I've been meaning to watch the original movie for a very, very long time, but now I was more, motivated more than ever. And so let's talk about the first the original Masters of the Universe, and then let's also compare it to the new one. The movie is fun, it's charming, it's got its moments. I think the movie from the 80s was overall pretty good paced. I liked how we get thrown into Eternia right away. I do wish that they spent a little bit more time, doing some world building and that kind of stuff, but overall, it was okay. They spent a lot of time on Earth, which I wasn't bothered as much, but I know that people that grew up with the toys and the animated shows, that's one of the points that they critique the movie for. But for me, as a person that likes the 80s and the movies from the 80s, it was fun because I got to see some pop culture from that time. And it really, in that way, it really reminded me of the other movie, Howard the Duck. I guess it must have been like a really 80s thing to just get away with. If you don't have the budget to film it in a fictional world, let's just do it in New York or something like that. But yes, I thought I had more to say about this movie, but I honestly don't. I mean, I've seen this movie only like 2 weeks ago, I think, and I thought I had much more to say and to remember. But I can't say that I remember much. So all I'm gonna say is that I enjoyed the pacing. I enjoyed the leading actors. So the guy that played Skeletor and He-Man. I think those two they carried the movie, but Skeletor a little bit more. I enjoyed Courtney Cox. I think she was great in one of her first, starring roles, and I kind of liked her, her character and the story arc in the movie. I think it had a pretty good ending, so I don't know. It had a very good. I like that. I liked how characters have a good ending, I guess. And then what else did I like? I liked that it was set on Earth, even though for most people that's probably a negative. And I actually like the humor. I think the movie had some pretty good humor. So that's mostly what I remember about the movie and what I personally enjoyed, and that's why it makes it a 2.5 for me. When it comes to negatives, I mean, yeah, some of the special effects were probably dated even for the time. I think they could have maybe spent a little bit more time on Eternia and do some more world building and things like that. And yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. I know that some of the characters were rewritten from the animated show because, for budget reasons and things like that. But yeah, I mean, for me, overall, is a solid watch. And now with the new Toy Robot video label that it's coming out, I think I might be picking up this title. Maybe it's not going to be a day one purchase for me, but I think it's ultimately a title that I want to have in my collection. And yes, guys, let me know in the comments if you guys are going to be picking up this title. Now, let's go and talk about the new adaptation from this year a little bit. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't think that I was going to watch this movie in theaters, but I'm very glad that I did. When the trailers came out, I wasn't really interested in it, to be honest. Like I said earlier, this is not something that I grew up with, so I don't have that personal connection to the franchise. So I was a little bit hesitant about watching it. And then, the movie came out. I didn't go see it the first week that it came out. I saw other people on Discord and online in general that were talking positively about it. And I got curious, I got interested. So I ended up getting a ticket for, IMAX. Going back to the movie, I think this is a great improvement over the first one. So one of my complaints with the first one, with the original one, was that they don't spend enough time building the world of Eternia. That problem in this movie, in this adaptation, is solved. They spend a lot of time at the beginning and throughout the movie showing you Eternia, showing you how it goes from, a good place to a bad place, and how it all comes together at the end of the movie. So the world building in this movie is great, and it keeps the same humor of the original one. I actually even think it improves the humor. So positive points for that. Jared Leto. Jared Leto has been getting a lot of bad press lately, but honestly, in the last movie like this one and the Throne Ares, I didn't mind them as much, and I think he's doing like a good job playing those roles. So yeah, I think he gets a pass in this one. What else? I like the casting. I like the casting for Duncan. I forget his other name. but I think it was a pretty good casting for this role, and Idris Elba always knocks it out of the park. I also like her daughter, Tila, and I know there's some controversy online regarding the relationship because obviously those two people, they don't look like daughter and father. But I went to the little rabbit hole and I got it resolved pretty quickly. So it turns out that in the animated shows, I don't know if it's the one from the 80s or if it's one of those ones from the 2000s, but it turns out that she's not the real daughter, like biological daughter. She's more like the daughter of the sorceress, I believe, and she was, adopted by him. So that explains this. But so if you guys had some questions about it, I'm glad that I responded to it. But doesn't matter, I don't think. I think overall, what matters is that they knocked it out of the park and they really embraced their characters very well, in my opinion. I only had one issue with this movie, and my issue was the runtime. I think that 2 hours and 20 minutes for this movie was a little bit too much. I think that they could have cut the third act a little bit because it looks like the movie's ending, and then there's like an extra 20 minutes of E-Man being in a prison and escaping the prison. And I think the whole prison sequence could have been either totally written out or edited to like a shorter version or something like that. But yeah, the runtime was the only thing that I didn't really like about this new adaptation. I think they dragged their feet a little bit too long, and maybe if they didn't, it would have turned out to be a better movie. But nonetheless, this was an improvement over the original one, in my opinion. And I've been watching a lot of reviews for people that grew up with this franchise, and I would say that they also say that this is overall a much better adaptation. I think that the guy that played E-Man in the original one, Dolph whatever, he had a little bit of redemption. A little spoiler alert, he had a cameo in this movie, and the cameo almost felt like one of those Stan Lee cameos where he has a one-liner, but that one-liner sticks with you with the rest of the movie, or at least it turns out to be an important plot element or device. Go watch it in theaters. See it for yourself, because I believe that this movie will gain eventually some cult status. And I'm very disappointed in the box office returns. And I would say that it's also my fault because I didn't believe in the movie at first when it came out. I think marketing really dropped the ball on this movie. And it's kind of sad. We've had 2 adaptations of this IP, and both of them, they were teasing sequels, and unfortunately I don't know if we'll see a sequel. I know we didn't see a sequel for the original one, and I doubt we'll see a sequel for this one as well. But maybe if you guys go see it in theaters, I'm assuming there's still a few weeks left before they pull it out of the theater, but hopefully you can make a little bit more money, and who knows, maybe we'll get a direct-to-video sequel. That will be interesting. It's something that I don't see often these days, but we'll see. Maybe we'll go back to that market of the 80s and the 90s where, the first one comes in theaters and we get 3 or 4 titles direct to video, but I don't know. I am going on a little bit of a tangent here, not gonna lie. So, let's wrap it up. Once again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate every one of you. And the last video, we gained some new subscribers, and I'm very thankful for that. I know with this video, we'll see. This video is a little bit weird. It's not a conventional video. It's a little bit all over the place. Hopefully, this is the video that makes it to 100 subscribers. Fingers crossed, we'll see. But stay tuned for the upcoming videos. I have something more, let's say, regular for my physical media channel, which is not 1, but 2 video hauls. So stay tuned for that, and thank you again, and see you next time. Bye bye.